Good morning and welcome back to Spank Ranch Garage. Today we're on a little bit of a road trip to go take a look at a piece of equipment that is something that you don't see every day, and it's been sitting for some time now and they'd like to get it running. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. See you in 2.5 hours. So I figured you guys needed a break from the dozer stuff, the Beretta stuff, the buggy stuff. Today we are going to try to get this forgotten troop carrier running. This is a British Army tank. It's got a Rolls-Royce opposing piston supercharged 2-stroke diesel in it. I think this is called a 432, an FV432 or something like that. I'm not an expert on these pieces of equipment. I've never even been inside one. But we're going to evaluate this and see if we can get it running and moving under its own power today. And if that goes well, I have another tank lined up that is much cooler than this one. But we got to start somewhere, got to get my feet wet, so let's figure out what we're looking at here. I think the first thing is really just trying to get access to stuff to see what the heck I'm looking at, what I'm dealing with here. I'm not sure where the transmission is on this, but in this big unit here, I know there's brakes under here, probably like steering brakes on a dozer, but I think steering unit, that's what this is called. Yeah, these are probably the levers that run to the operator station. I would assume that this tank works with like an open differential where you steer, you're going to steer one side to send power to the other side to get it to rotate. And the final drives are on the front of this tank, so it's just idlers all the way back. Alright, so that's good. You can see where the drive shafts go through to the final drives there, and then you can see the front of the engine. And there's the crank balancer. Big old drive shaft in there. Cooling system. I'm pretty sure here's where the operator would sit with their head popping out of here. So yeah. This is probably like the back of the dashboard or something. Heavy. Alright, so that one just gets me to cooling fans, which is probably not where I need to be anyway. I'll drop this back down. What I really want to get to is get into the engine compartment so I get a better look at the injection pump and start to understand how all that works. And I think one of our biggest risks with starting an old tank is that the engine runs away because it gets fuel from somewhere else or whatever, and there's no way to put it out, and you know, things could get pretty rowdy if this thing takes off, starts going down the street. So it doesn't look like, does not look like this radiator folds up or anything, so I don't think I'm going to get too much access from the top side here. So this tank really had no munitions to it. It's just a troop carrying tank as far as I understand. So there's just benches here and you chill with the homies bouncing through Iran, wherever you're going. So I guess we're gonna have to get to the engine through these panels here. This looks like my option to get in there. Thing's got 4,000 miles on it. 24 volt. We got to get these batteries out, get them charging. You can see here, You've got a throttle pedal, a brake pedal, and then you've got your steering brakes, or there's a name for them, I can't remember. I'm not sure what the red pedal is. And these brakes are kind of locked back. Oh, there we go. That one released. Oh, there we go. Right, and I think these are a little out of adjustment if they got to come. Okay, let's see. They really come back pretty far. We can work on that, but that's not our big ticket item here. We've got a lot of vintage wiring and crap, and like how much of this is actually needed to run the tank, how much of this is communications and other accessories. I don't know. Shifter, reverse neutral. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. Yeah, this is one of them things where I'm gonna have to find out what the hell's going on here before I run this. Little toolbox, it's adorable. All right, let's get this panel off here, see if we can take a peek into engine land. What's this? That'll give us a peek. Ooh. Oil dipstick. That's probably governor oil. That looks really good. That looks really good. Interesting. Anything else we can see from here? No, underneath the rad. God damn, this one ain't gonna be easy to work on, is it? You never know how heavy this crap's going to be once it releases. That's the scary part. All right. Now we can see some stuff. All right, I can see the top of the injection pump. That's big. I want it to be there. I think if I continue to take out this entire tray here, we'll be able to get to what we need to. We're getting closer. I'd like to see more. I want to be able to get to everything, but I believe this is the fuel shutoff solenoid. And that is super important. To test that, we got to make sure that works. Yeah, we can get to both sides of the pump here. We can bleed lines from here. We will have to chase lines to figure out where the fuel tank comes from and all that. So yeah, this has got to be your transmission here, and that's your steering unit up there. Engine. What is this? A big ass generator? This, not sure what this is. Alternator. Yeah. 3-phase, 3.5 kVA. It's a Rotax, London, England. If that's an engine hour meter, we got 440 hours on her. And it looks like the fans, the cooling fans, might be hydraulic, potentially. Some cool stuff, a little different than what I'm used to working on. And there's our cooling system, the radiator there. I wonder what that's cooling then. Not sure. And then I don't know really what that is. What is this? Engine oil. Okay, that's the engine oil sump down there, I guess. It's on the stick. Ain't pretty. I wonder if this is some type of primer or something. It's got a linkage on it that goes down there. I gotta find a manual for this thing so I'm not just shooting totally in the dark here. I need to at least have some idea of what the hell I'm looking at. It's gonna be a long stumble through this otherwise. That's all dust, not smoke. I brought my generator with, so I'm gonna take these batteries outside, fire them up, or get the charger on them while we're dicking with everything else in here. I'm waiting on batteries charging. Those batteries actually had some life in them, which is cool. They got a 2021 date on them, so that's inspiring that this thing's probably run in the last 3 years, which is not that long to sit. I mean, there's guys that find these sitting for 25 years or 30 years and they fix them up, so that's reassuring. I'm gonna pull the cover off the fuel shutoff solenoid here. I wanna make sure everything mechanically moves okay, and then we'll make sure it moves electrically. We got to be careful with every gasket because you ain't getting these at Napa. Everything's probably got to be ordered. Wow, it looks clean in there. Yeah, baby. She moves. I got a good spring tension to it. Now, I believe that this defaults in the off position, but we'll have to confirm that once I get some power in here. Batteries are in, charged up. Power on. Gauges come to life. Fuel pump's running. No action on this though. After we try to crank it, that's when we'll see that. Oh, actually it holds. Interesting. If you flick it back, it stays though. Huh. So when we bump the starter, it'll naturally pull in. Right? And then you have to hit the switch off for it to disengage. So that's all working as it should. We should have control of our fuel system. Pedal feels good, all free. Right? Springs back with ease. We should have control of that system. We're in neutral. So the one thing I took care of was the brake adjustment here. It's an 1 11/16 nut, brake loose, and it's a 5/8 screw. Got the brake levers to where they don't pull all the way back into your crotch. You can see these steering levers much better now. All right, so we have the air filters out and we are ready to launch the fire extinguisher if something goes wrong. Throw the filter back in just to keep some shit out of there. Let's pull these back as like a parking brake, I guess. Maybe that'll add some safety. No idea. Let's crank her, baby. All right. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Where, put it, yeah, pop it back where it belongs. She starts and shuts off. I can't believe it's tame. That's very tame. Is it even smoking or is it hard idle? It's got real diesel in it, so. See how the hot restart goes? All controls are working as intended. I'm gonna put the interior of this thing back together, get some hatches closed up. I think we gotta check the coolant, because I did notice a leak on the bottom rad hose up there, so we gotta see if it's got enough coolant in it. I think we're ready to take it for a spin.
Yeah, we'll go around the building back there. There's some shit we can...
Don't get it stuck. Dude, this thing is very slow. So the gears, it looks like low gears all the way forward and you click back. I didn't feel a real good shift between 1, 2, and 2, 3, but nice. It's good to spill a little on the interior. Won't be the first time. I would assume these motors use a little oil here and there.
2-stroke.
Yeah.
Surprised you don't mix it in.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that thing really fired good once we got the fuel turned on, though. That was... I'm impressed. I mean, it's, what, 40 degrees this morning?
Yeah.
No glow plugs, just
No
fucking
block heater?
Just sender, yeah.
2-stroke?
No block heater, no, yeah. Opposing pistons. Freaking weird. Alright, let that settle maybe. I may have to... Because this is an auxiliary tank off the side of the engine. It's like it's a... Maybe it's like dry sump setup because you have a crankshaft on both ends of the thing. Who knows? Alright, looks like we're in range now, but we'll have to check it again after we run a little.
Just in case we get cyanide. Mustard gas.
Nice and easy.
I guess.
What's it got? Decks in it? Pink shit?
Something pink.
I'm sure that's what it calls for. Surprised it's even. Well, it's good as got cool in it. I'm gonna try to check the steering oil. Ow. Ain't that dirty, but that's gonna need some oil. Still needs another, I don't know, half a gallon maybe. Seems to be some type of auxiliary fuel shut off here. It's a red pedal in the operator station, but it's a little sticky. The linkage is nice and free though, so it's nice having redundant ways to shut this thing down. Looks like an electric and then a mechanical override potentially. I'm not sure exactly where this linkage goes, but that's what it does. I'd rather work on it at home, but a little heavy for the Duramax.
What did you say this one was?
This is only 30,000 pounds, I think. 30 or 40,000.
Have to cross any bridges to get home.
Nah, you could tow this with a new F450. Patching up a little coolant leak action back here. Oh yeah. Dude, she's a runner. This thing's in great shape. Yeah, it didn't even need me. Look. Grease these brake pivot points.
Restore the whole inside. Make it, you know, people do like the live-in camping.
I do want to check to see if these batteries charge. 25 volt. Switch on. In neutral. Brakes engaged. On. .7. her down, but with everything loaded up, fuel pump running, 25.8. So it is charging gently. I don't know, it's probably sufficient for what needs to happen here, so that's good to see. Okay, the amp meter is working too. This thing is really quiet. This muffler does a lot of work over here. I think we reached a good stopping point on this FV 432 today. So all the major functionality is functional. Not really credit to me. I didn't do too much. I just kind of confirmed that everything is safe and working as well as I understand it. Jackhammering all day. God damn, boys. So, undercarriage wise, the street pads are missing from most of the tracks here, which some may consider this to be, you know, condemned or no good, but for a recreational tank, I mean, the pins and bushings seem okay to me. I really don't see an issue with the pads missing, other than, you know, if you're going across pavement, you're gonna tear stuff up. Now there is a bunch of maintenance that I'm going to recommend down here with checking oil level of the hubs and greasing greasing pivot points, things like that. So on the inside here, biggest issue is this seat is blasted. So somebody like drop kicked this thing, bent the hell out of the rear seat support. I've been tinkering with it, straightening things out, but I'm not sure. We may have to weld this in position or.
All right, dude, I'm commanding.
You're commanding? You feel good? Is that hatch safe?
I'm not sure if we roll over, but
we're not gonna flip. All right. On, fire up.
So that's the gear shifter?
Yep, so that's first, second there. Pull back and these will pop freight.
How do you set them?
You just pull your thumb down and latch them. It's like the opposite of a normal e-brake. Visibility's not that good.
What?
I said visibility's not that good. This is like
my car's behind you.
I know. This is like a three-man job to get in reverse. Out of the car. Cruising, baby. Oh, she grabbed the gear. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're cruising. Happy Friday, baby.
It's way smoother than I thought.
I know. Man, this thing is rough on the lawn. Holy crap. And you got to be careful with these. There's like no way to keep your lawn nice. And that's only like a homeowner sized tank. Like a bigger tank would really just tear this up so bad. Oh my God, look at these ruts. Yeah. No, I'm good.
So then pull them all the way back with your thumbs on. Thumbs on.
All right, time to fire up. Backer, put her away. Battery disconnect. Run switch. In neutral. Brakes are pulled back and locked. Oh, they were. Now they are. Fire up. Tank works. Battery's charging. Coolant. 160-degree coolant temp. I think that's reasonable. Alright. Hard to one-hand these. I'm backing her up. Alright guys, so that's a wrap on this one. It's first day, little evaluation, couple adjustments, some repair, and mostly just an understanding of what we're working with here. So I will get this owner a list of repairs that need to happen. And then if they're interested, I'll come back and perform those. Got to do some research on undercarriage, that kind of stuff. If you guys are experienced with these types of tanks, please let me know. I'd love to gather a little more information before I come back and take care of this. You know, track tensioning, proper maintenance for the undercarriage here. I want to clean the fuel collection box out. I want to put a fuel filter in it and air filters. I'll be looking for part numbers for that kind of stuff. But all in all, fun time. Never really dabbled with one of these before, and it's not too bad. It's all kind of similar stuff to what I'm used to, just packed into a very weird package and some really cramped spaces. So that's all for this one. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you next time on Spank Ranch Garage.